All right, guys, well, here we are in the car. We're just gonna take some curvy roads real quick. We're probably gonna turn around in order for me to do this video. Yes, I do have a crack on my windshield. You guys have commented on that. That's been there for a while now, but the good thing is it has not grown for the couple thousand miles it's been there, so that's a good thing. But anyways, we're going to talk about my transition from the Wrx to the STI. Also, one of the reasons why I switched over from the Wrx to the STI, and you'll be quite surprised. It's actually not all that difficult. There's someone on the road, I don't want to run you over, bro. But, so you guys know, long-time subscribers, I don't think it was fair for me just to switch up cars on you. Okay. You know, without giving you an explanation why, and I still haven't done that yet. So you guys know I had a Wrx, 2015 Wrx base model, full bolt-ons on flex fuel. So Wrx, only had a few issues with the Wrx. One was the front O2 sensor. Oh, I gotta shift. The front O2 sensor went out. That was about $100, easy fix. I had a CV boot. That started leaking all over my wheel. Dealer fixed that under warranty, thankfully, even though I had suspension mods. Big thanks to them. Also, I had an oil control valve issue, common problem with the Wrx. Got that fixed. I replaced all four of them. Still got the check engine light, but apparently it needed a new ECU. Dealer took care of that, thankfully, which I am grateful for. But the transition, while I was over there getting the ECU swapped out, I was over there bored looking at the new vehicles, saw a 19 STI, absolutely loved it. I think what really caught me on the STI was the brakes, just bright neon yellow calipers. But I liked it, looked at it for a few minutes. I didn't even look at the car for 2 minutes. Next thing you know, I had a salesman trying to get me to buy it. Trying to get in the gear for some reason. Trying to get me to buy it, talk numbers, and I said, yeah, you know, my car is being serviced right now, blah, blah, blah. He said, cool, when you get it out, we'll bring it over, we'll get it appraised. And it's like, I don't know, man, I'm happy with the car. All right, so, long story short, I just wanted to see what they would give me because I know I was gonna do a video to see just how little value you're gonna get with the 15 Wrx. And amazingly, they gave me a lot more than I thought they would, and no other dealer that I know of, and I know this for a fact, that was going to give me that kind of money for the Wrx. So it was just a little bit under $20,000 with 60,000 miles on it. I was like, whoa, no way, that's like blue book values. So I thought about it for a little bit. I think over 2 months now I thought about it, and I looked around other cars, test drove 4 different cars. One was a GT350, absolutely love that car. That car is amazing, totally surprised me. I'm not a Mustang guy at all by any means, but I really love the way that car drove, the sound, the transmission, everything about that car. The only thing that bothered me was a Mustang, and it was $50,000 or almost $60,000, I think. Another one I didn't test drive, I saw was a Type R. During that time, the Type R was 50 grand. There's no way in hell I'm doing that, so that's out the question. Another car I was looking at was I found a bone stock Evo 9. I think it was a 2006 SE. A bone stock, had about 40,000 miles on it. That got sold before I was able to get to it. And the last car was the ND2 Miata. That car is a lot of fun, not fast by any means. It was like $35,000. It had Brembos, or it had some other stuff. I think it was a fully decked out model, $36,000 I think they were asking for. But for that kind of money, a small 2-seater is just not practical for me. Oh, got a burp. It's totally just not practical. So that was out the question, even though I love the way it drove. So, oh, brand new houses. So anyways, so got into the STI, went back, talked to the people at Subaru, saw the numbers, and I said, yeah, we'll give you this. We'll use your Wrx as a down payment. Boom, here's your payments. It was quick, it was easy, and next thing you know, the deal was done. Had a few issues with my title. I had to wait an extra month. If you've ever had to deal with a California DMV, I'm telling you guys, those guys are a pain in the ass. So I had to wait a month for a new title because I had a small discrepancy on my title. So anyways, after that, they held the car for me, got the car. Next thing you know, I got into the STI. I didn't even test drive this car, by the way. I know, that's weird. This is a busy intersection. Can't see. So, got into the car, and immediately, you know, for those of you who have already transitioned from a WRX to STI, you guys know this has a much more robust mechanical feel. From the steering to the brakes to the transmission to the whole drive line, you can totally feel it. Yes, it does feel a lot different than the WRX. The WRX always felt like more of like an economy car, and it just, I don't know, I always felt like I was missing out on the Subaru experience. So I didn't realize that until I got the STI, and I got in it, I drove it, had 80 miles on it. It was like, wow, this is what I've been missing this whole time. But overall, if you have a WRX and you're fine with it, I would say, man, just keep it, man. I know the STI, everyone's gonna tell you the STI is great, it's a great driving car, but if you're gonna put yourself in a financial bind to get an STI, I don't think it's worth it. Also, the STI now, the WRX, you can get it now with Brembos. You get I think it's a sports package or something like that. But you're looking at over $30,000. You can get a base STI for like 35 grand. I mean, you have to think about it. Is it really worth getting a sports package WRX or an STI? I know it's totally up to you, because it's not that much of a price difference between the two, especially when you consider the 6-pot Brembos, the transmission, the drive line. All that is way more than the few $1,000s between the difference between the WRX and the STI. Also, the STI is also going to hold value a little better than the WRX. The biggest downside, and you guys already know this, the downside to the STI, the gas mileage freaking sucks, man. I think I have my lifetime gas mileage right here. It says 18.7. I know that is a lie. It's probably a lot less than that, especially with me being on ethanol now. We're back over here. This is just my little loop. So now I think it's probably more like 16 miles a gallon. If you're commuting, if you plan on commuting with your STI like 50 miles or more a day, I would think twice about getting an STI. And if you want to be on E85, I really don't recommend it. The WRX was great on gas, by the way. I think while I was on pump gas, I was getting an indicated on the multifunction display well over 30 miles a gallon. So with a WRX, you're gonna get about 80 to 100, not 100, I think that's pushing it, to about 80 more miles a tank on a WRX than you will with the STI. Go over here. All right, so continuing on with the video, I just realized the memory card that I had in there ran out of memory. So I had, it totally didn't record the ending or my final thoughts on should you switch from the WRX to the STI. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, right now you have to look at your financial situation. Everyone's situation is going to be different. You know, what are your payments going to be like? Also, take a look at your gas consumption. That's going to go up. I don't know why people want to argue with me, but yes, the FA does get better gas mileage than the STI all day long. Also, your insurance rates, that's going to depend on your age and your driving record. But overall, for me, my insurance didn't go up too high. I think it was like an extra 20 bucks a month. I don't know if I already mentioned that. But my experience has been positive. So with the STI over the WRX, I can tell you right now, this has an overall better connected mechanical feel, something that you just can't get with the WRX. Now, the WRX always felt like just a basic economy car, kind of similar to the other competitors that are out there of the STI, but we'll get to that in just a minute. But the way the hydraulic steering feels, the shifter, I never really liked the way the shifter felt in the WRX, even with the aftermarket components that were in there. The way the differential feels when you're going around a corner, you can really feel those differentials working for you, whether you're going 20 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour around the corner. When you couple that along with an aftermarket exhaust, the sound, I mean, you just can't beat it. There's nothing else like that on the market, whether it's a Golf R or a Type R, whatever it is, or a Focus RS. It just doesn't have that feel that the STI has. It just feels old school, like it came from the 90s, which it did. So now the question is, should you switch? My experience has been absolutely positive. I don't regret it one bit. The only time I do is when I visit the gas pump, but that was totally expected. So overall, I am happy. I don't regret buying the WRX first. It just gave me a new appreciation for having an STI. And should you do it right now, as I'm posting this video, my recommendation is no, because we don't know what's coming out for the next iteration of the STI. You know, it's February 2020 right now. The new model should be released or be announced soon. So if you can hold out, I would wait to see what Subaru has in store for the new model. And if you can't wait, I don't think this is something that you will regret, granted that you can afford it. But anyways, that's my reasoning for switching over, my story from the WRX to the STI. and I hope this helped you out in some way or the other, and I hope it don't cost you a whole bunch of money, something that you will regret later on. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, suggestions, please post them down in the comments below, and we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, guys. Oh, by the way, I got some new parts that just came in today. I got other parts that I'm still waiting to install. Man, it's gonna get busy. My focus right now on the car is interior, and then we'll move on to exterior, and then we'll move on to performance. So anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Peace out, guys.